One for Sorrow by Mary Downing Hahn, and it's a ghost story, and it's about this one girl, Annie, and she goes to like this new school, and she finds this girl named Elsie, and she's like a really pale girl with like really bleach blonde hair, and so Elsie like claims Annie as her friend, but Annie doesn't want to be friends with her. Elsie's like a really creepy girl, like she'll like rip her dolls apart, and so then Annie like kind of like ditched her for the popular girls because the popular girls wanted her in her group, but nobody likes Elsie at their school. So then one day they find out that like it's during like the influenza, like the Spanish influenza, and like a lot of people are dying. So Rosie, the main girl in the group, decides to go and fake it like they know everyone that died just to get the sweets in the houses. So they pretend to know everybody, but they don't. And they go into these houses with all these dead people, and they just eat the food in there. And then they find out that they go into one house, and it's Elsie's house, and Elsie died from the Spanish influenza. And then, like, I won't say any more because after I say that she dies, I can't give any more away. But, like, they go into all these houses, and they come into one of the tiny houses, and even on inside, it says, like, Elsie becomes a victim of the deadly Spanish influenza, but her claim on Annie's friendship lives on, and so does her anger at Annie and the others who made her life miserable. She will be Annie's best friend, and she will have her revenge. So, like, she's coming back to haunt Annie because Annie chose Rosie, and after they go into these houses, the parents of Elsie, like, they get really mad, and they're like, whoever those girls were at the park that made Elsie die, I'm blaming it on them because they took her Spanish influenza mask. And so it's about how people die from the Spanish influenza and about this one girl who comes back to haunt this one girl.
What is the Spanish influenza?
It's a really deadly virus which, like, if you touch someone or someone that has it, it'll take 3 days for you to have the symptoms. So, like, in the book it explains, so in 3 days you could have the Spanish influenza after touching something.
Someone that's been touched something when she... Wait,
Annie didn't touch it. Rosie, Lucy, and Eunice touched it. The mask that Elsie had on before she died.
Oh.
Yeah.
So then they're gonna die?
I don't know. I'm not in that part of the book yet.
Oh. Exactly.